Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will discuss the important derivation from the chapter alternating current. We have already done few important derivations in the previous video, in the part 1 video. This is the part 2 video of alternating current. So let's start. We have to do this derivation, AC circuit with resistance and capacitor in series. These are the last conclusions we got from our last video. Okay, now we will start this. If you have not seen the part 1 video, then go to that video, then you will know how we get this. Okay. Now, resistance and capacitor in series. So, this is a resistor and this is a capacitor. They are in series across an AC voltage. This is epsilon equals to epsilon naught sine omega t. This is R and this is C. Okay. Voltage across the resistor is equals to VR and across the capacitor is equals to VC. So from here we can write that the net voltage across this is equals to VR plus VC, the vector addition of these two. Okay. From here we can see VR and I, the voltage across the resistance and the current always remaining same phase. The voltage across the capacitor and current, they are not in same phase. Current is leading by pi by 2. Okay. Now we will draw the phasor diagram for our circuit. Now we will draw the phasor diagram. We know VR and I remain in the same phase. So we are drawing the VR here at first. This is VR and the angle is omega t. Okay. If you don't know how we draw the phasor diagram, then go to the previous video. You will get the idea from there. Okay. And I is in the same phase with VR. So I will be like this in the same phase, only the magnitude is different. Okay, this is I. Now what is VC? Current is leading by pi by 2 than VC. So VC will lag by pi by 2 than current. So VC will lag by pi by 2. This is VC. It is lagging by the angle pi by 2. Okay. Now we have to draw the resultant of VR and VC. So what will be the resultant and VR and VC? We have to draw a parallelogram. We are just using the parallelogram law. Okay. This is a parallelogram. This is VR, this is VR, this is VC, this is VC. Okay. So now the resultant is this. This is the resultant voltage, epsilon. Okay. Now the angle between I and the epsilon is phi. And this is VC, so this will also be VC. And angle between VC and VR is pi by 2. So if this is VC, then the angle between VC and VR is pi by 2. Okay. So from here we can write this, that epsilon squared is equals to epsilon naught squared, the magnitude, VR naught square plus VC naught square. We can write this, and from there we can write epsilon naught root over VR naught square plus VC naught square. And we have already done in our previous video that R is equals to epsilon naught by I naught, right? And we also written that XC is equals to VC by I. And from here we can write in this position, this can be written as VR by I naught. So here we can write in place of VR that I naught square R square, and in place of VC naught we can write that XC I naught. So XC square I naught square. Okay. So from here we can write that epsilon naught is equals to I naught root over R square plus XC square. So from here we will get I naught is equals to epsilon naught divided by R square plus XC square. Okay, we got this expression. And from the diagram we can see if this is the angle phi and this is the pi by 2. So we can take it as this is the base and this is the perpendicular. Okay, so we can write that tan phi is equals to, this is the base and this is the perpendicular. So VC naught divided by perpendicular by base. VR naught. So phi will be tan inverse VC naught divided by VR naught. And from here you can see phi is the angle between the resultant voltage and current. And you can see the current I is leading than the voltage by the angle phi. So the final current I will be I naught sine, current is leading than the resultant voltage. So this will be omega t plus phi. As the current is leading, we are giving this plus sign here. Okay. And from here we also get what is I naught, and in place of xc we can write, we have already calculated in our previous video that xc is equals to 1 by omega c. So here we can write that I naught is equals to epsilon naught divided by root over r square plus 1 by omega square c square. This is the value of I naught. Okay, and this is the value of phi and this is the value of the current. I hope it is clear. When the resistance and capacitor are in series, what will we do? Now we will discuss AC circuit with resistance and inductor in series. Okay, this is our next derivation. AC circuit with resistance and inductor. This is the resistance, this is the inductor. The voltage drop across the resistance is VR and across the inductor is VL. Okay. Now we can write the total EMF is equals to VR plus VL, the vector addition. Okay. And here we can see the VL, the current is lagging by pi by 2. That means VL is leading by pi by 2. So we will draw the phasor diagram here. See, at first VR, we are randomly drawing this VR, and VR, that means this is the angle omega t, and current and VR always remain in the same phase. Okay, so we can draw the current here in the same phase. Now we have to draw VL. Current is lagging by pi by 2 than VL, that means VL is leading by pi by 2 than current. So VL will lead. So this will be the VL. Now we have to draw this VR plus VL. That means the resultant of VR and VL. So we will apply parallelogram law here. This will be the parallelogram. This is VL, this is VR. And this angle was pi by 2, right? So here the resultant vector will be like this. This will be our resultant vector. Okay. This is VL, so this side will also be VL and this side will also be VR. Okay. Now the angle between the resultant vector and I is phi angle. Okay. So this is VR, this is VL, this is the resultant, and this is the angle phi. From here we can see the current is lagging behind the resultant voltage, right? So from here we can write that I is equals to sine omega t minus phi. We are giving this minus sign. Here we have given this minus sign due to this lagging factor. Here the current is lagging behind the resultant voltage. Okay. So this will be our current. And from here we can see that this angle is pi by 2 between VL and VR. The angle is always pi by 2. So this is VL and this is VR. So this angle will be pi by 2. So here we can write that epsilon naught square is equals to VR naught square plus VL naught square. So here we know that R is equals to VR naught divided by I naught. Then XL is equals to VL naught divided by I naught. So here we can write in place of VR naught that R square I naught square plus I naught square XL square. Okay. So here we will write that I naught is equals to epsilon naught square divided by root over R square plus XL square. Okay. And we also know the value of the XL is omega L. So here we can also write that I naught is equals to epsilon naught square. Okay, epsilon naught square. Here we are giving this root because this will become epsilon. Okay. So epsilon divided by root over R square plus omega square L square. This will be the expression for I naught. This I naught will be applied here. Okay. This is the expression of the current. And we can also write the expression of tan phi from here. we can see this is the base, this is the perpendicular. So here VL divided by VR. Okay, this is the value of the tan phi. And you can see this is VL naught, this is VR naught. So here we can write in place of VL naught that I naught omega L. Here I naught R. So finally we will get omega L by R. So tan phi is equals to omega L by R. We get this phi is the phase difference between the current and the net voltage. Okay. And here I naught is equals to epsilon naught divided by root over R square plus omega square L square. The denominator part which is given here, that is R square plus omega square root, this denominator part is the effective impedance of this circuit. Impedance of this circuit. Okay. So here the AC circuit with resistance and inductor is done. Now we will do the LCR circuit where the resistance, capacitor and inductor 3 will remain in series. Okay.